You know how lead paint is like banned everywhere, right?
Okay, yeah.
Check this out. So it only recently got banned, like I think in the 80s, maybe. But the reasoning was because people were eating the paint and it's poisonous because too much lead. Well, there's another theory. The theory goes, did you know lead paint blocks out EMF and radio signals?
What?
Yeah. So lead paint is one of the only ways to stop EMF radiation from getting to you.
Also, if you have it in like your house or anything, then you won't even get the radiation. The radio, signals.
The radiation wouldn't get to you.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the theory goes that what if there's something like a radio frequency that manipulates every single human somehow?
Isn't that why people started dying up?
Yeah.
That I said.
Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakahakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the 1/3 remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be centered around what you see on the screen. And, regarding the reasoning for, Esau outlawing certain things, we'll never know the real truth behind it, because he'll never admit to it, not into the kingdom at least, But the reasoning for this sounds legit to me, man. Nigga tell you, people was eating lead paint. What would make people want to eat paint? And we know this nigga now. He'll just say anything pretty much to justify a reason to pass an agenda. All right. And we know the different abilities he has with these different radio signals and, EMF signals and such. We know the things that he's capable of with his different technologies and devices, when it comes to spying on you, right? Manipulating things like your mood, your body temperature, different things you don't, really typically consider. He has these abilities, right? And lead is definitely a radiation blocker. That's one of the things they put, around, for nuclear catastrophe was to happen. They like to bring in lead, casings of things. And, because something about the element, the radiation doesn't penetrate it, right? So there is some merit to it. And it makes sense because you look now, all that surrounds you is different radio signals and, different broadcasting signals and, different things to transmit, receiving data and also sending data. So I can imagine this being true. It's more believable than people eating paint. Esau have you thinking like, before he intervenes with something, people were the most base and most, retarded in which they've ever been. Where really, he just has ulterior motives with it. So to me, it makes sense, right? And this wouldn't be the first time, right? This won't be the first time. A lot of his institutions and different different laws, they only help perpetuate his agendas. All right. For example, women being able to work, he tell you, oh, it's because, these women wanted rights and da. They were oppressed. But really, no, you just became another taxable head. He could tax you more, and then, he divides your family. And because it all comes at his profit. Right. So he gives a woman feminism. He makes men homosexuals. He promotes this whole sex change agenda. Why? Because at the end of the day, he's profiting, in multiple ways, right? In many forms is he profiting. So, of course, he's going to do it, and he's going to give you a reason, which is a lie, to pretty much go with it, right? This is Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but what was in his heart? See? So he tell you all these different things in which sound good, sound real good, real smooth. But at the end of it, it's false, right? He really just wants to make you more vulnerable so he could take advantage of it in whatever means it is, man. A lot of people get cancers from these different transmissions. And who do you think they go to for the cure? Him. All right? He weaponizes everything. Right? His swords were softer than oil, yet were they drawn. Oh, Salaki. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. See? And he'll tell you these different things to get your guard down, man. So he can swoop in like the hero, Yeah, you shouldn't do this. No, we should take all the lead out of the paint because it's bad for you. People are eating it, lead poisoning. Meanwhile, this nigga trying to kill you. That's the sole purpose behind it. He's just trying to weaken you. Right? That old saying, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. Well, Esau lives by that mantra. Right? He didn't convince Jake that he's their best friend. Right? He can't tell a lie. He's not evil. He's not irrational. He's just a good old Edomite, man. Not all Edomites are bad. Right? But then you run across shit like this and, how could you justify this, man? Especially knowing that all the different, just look at the society and how much transmission signals matter now. And to think that all of a sudden in the 80s, he figured out, now after the years of people using lead paint, now in the 80s when he's pushing hard different technologies and different things, now all of a sudden, because he's been pushing this whole NWO thing for a minute now, man. A lot of this technology he's coming out with is old. It's just new to you. It's old tech though, man. This is Psalms 38:12. They also that seek my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things, and imagine deceits all the day long. And that's all this nigga does, man. That's why anything he brings to you, you got to look at twice, from all sides, man. And take it with a grain of salt at that, man, because he's a liar, right? The father of lies, man. He's the devil. You ain't supposed to trust nothing that comes out of this man's face for good reason. You know, when has he ever put forth good interest for anybody, including himself, man? You know, he'll fuck himself over. So how much more, you know, the men and women he hates, okay? You know, his end goal is to have you completely subdued and controlled, right? If it helps, why wouldn't he do it? You know, this is Job 15 and 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. And that's exactly what this man constantly does, man. This is his MO, right? Lie, cheat, steal, right? That's Esau for you. Manipulating you into thinking you're doing the right thing, but really, it's the worst thing you could do, man. Okay? This devil wants to force the world into his way of living, which is through tyranny, oppression, violence, right? Scriptures say he is as death. And that's what he pushes on the masses, man. He pushes death culture. This is Isaiah 32 and 7. The instruments also of the true are evil, see? And this is one of his instruments, man, removing things in society that could benefit you. All right? Because he wants you completely vulnerable in every way, man. He wants, scripture, what did Lord Sith Swab say? You shall own nothing and be happy. He meant that, right? You know, you're not going to have anything. Okay, and if you have anything, it's not going to be productive for you. It's not going to be really, truly beneficial for you, man. He's even fixing it to where the food ain't even beneficial no more, man. Genetically modified organisms in which, they're not even organisms no more. They're just straight up lab grown, you know, made in the lab near you, right? Lab grown meat, vaccinated vegetables. You know, how much more, man? So if he's doing these things, he look at the different, you know, put out a disease a couple years ago to start a pandemic. Turned out the solution to the disease was worse than the actual disease itself, right? And you know, these different things, they have some parallels, man, right? Because this is straight out of his MO, straight out of his book. All right. Sound like some Edomite shit that's bound to go down. This is Psalms 140 and 2, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Or this is Psalm 140, deliver me, O Yahweh Shemel Shah, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, see? And that man is Esau Edom, man. He is evil. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. And we must needs to be delivered from this place, because if we no flesh should be saved if, you know, if the Lord didn't make his return, man. None would make it, because just look at the lengths in which he's willing to go to ensure your demise, right? He took lead out of every paint simply. He looked into a scene where he could replace it with that, you know, and who knows what the fuck actual paint does to you now. If lead was giving you lead poisoning, allegedly, the fuck is the paint he using now? He ain't swap it for nothing better. Know that for damn sure. Which imagine mischiefs in their heart continually are they gathered together for war, see? It doesn't stop, man. It's a perpetual hatred. He gonna keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, you know, until the very end, right? Where he's finally subdued. right? Because he's just getting worse and worse. This is Psalm 64:6. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So they accomplish a diligent search when it comes to seeking out iniquities, finding ways to have you off, man. You know, by any means to have you go off. Why wouldn't he want to put a microchip in you? It's all out control, man. He's gonna be able to completely control you and dictate your life. So for you guys who saying, oh, it's not the chip, it's not. For one, prove it. For two, what else could it be, man? Because look at this man and how he moves, right? He wants to be the Most High, man, and that's evident. And he's willing to do anything to make himself like Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And with that, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Bakakwadash Wa Abba and DTA.